I'm Laura, and this is Lori, and we have decided to quit our full-time jobs to pursue our creative business full-time. It's weird filming this video because I always watch those videos, people quitting their jobs, and I'm like, that's
Bold.
crazy.
Yeah.
But here we are filming a video about us quitting our full-time jobs to pursue being full-time creatives. I think for us, how it really got started, because we got our first job right out of college. We started working full-time, and in our head we were thinking, yes, this is it.
This is what you're supposed to do.
You graduate college, you get into the corporate world, and
Life is about to be great.
Life is gonna be amazing. You're doing something, whatever you study, but
It didn't happen that way for us, as you can clearly see.
yeah, and I think you have to be very careful with what you said, because remember one time after graduation I was like, yeah, you could just stick me in the office and I'll be fine.
As long as I'm doing some paperwork stuff, and
That happened because it turns out we are not, I don't think we are really the being in the office and having
doing the same things over and over again.
And I think our jobs left zero room for us to be creative. So when we would come home from work, we just didn't have the drive to do anything after work. So I think that's when it started to really affect our mental health. Not only our mental health, but physically we started to feel.
I started to feel sick.
Yeah.
And it was just like what now? What do I do? The more I resisted, the more it was clear that I needed to focus on something else and follow another path, because clearly what I was doing wasn't working out.
Yeah, and at first we're like, oh yeah, let's try applying to different jobs. But now thinking about it, it made no sense, because if you're applying to the same type of job, you're just gonna end up doing the same thing and it's gonna be the same results basically.
Miserable again.
So I think when the pandemic started, it actually kind of opened our eyes to how nothing's secure, basically. I think we were holding on to our jobs because in our heads we were thinking, oh, we have job security. We have a stable paycheck coming in and we don't have to worry about anything. But there's no such thing as job security, because you can wake up the next day and they can decide, oh, we don't want you anymore, and that's it. But I think that's one of the main things we were holding on to.
And I'm also glad that the pandemic opened our eyes, and that the whole pandemic we went through a really bad creative rut. We didn't touch the camera for almost a year.
And I think, when the pandemic started, it's funny because we're like, yes, we're gonna use this time to be very creative. We're gonna do this and that, and then it just all went down the hill. We didn't pick our camera for a long time. We didn't have any drive to do anything. It was just terrible.
So what do we do now? Clearly, this is not working out. What's the next step? And we still were no, we don't.
A lot of resistance.
We don't want to quit our jobs. We just want to find something else that can, maybe we'll be happy with another 9 to 5. And we applied. None of that was working out for us. So, and then it's just it's starting to get so uncomfortable. I would get to work and I was just
crying,
and I
Yeah.
can't do this. I can't live my life like that.
It felt like it felt like being held hostage. Like someone was forcing you to do something. Like it felt like we didn't have a choice. Like, oh man, this is it. We have to do that or else that's it.
Yeah,
and there
like-
was really no room for us to be creative, which is what we really enjoyed doing.
I know people are like, oh well, why don't you do that on your days off? Because on my days off, like I'm tired.
Yes.
Like I don't want to do anything. I'm drained.
It's easy for people to be like, oh yes, so work on your passions and after work and then go to work. I think people who say that have never really tried working a 9 to 5 and trying to be creative, because after you come home from work, there is nothing left to give. You've given all the
Everything at your
energy.
job. I mean, for some people, maybe it works, but for us, we're talking from our experience.
Yeah.
After we clocked out and we came back home, I don't want to do anything. Like, you have 2 days to run your errands, do whatever you need to do, clean, and then you have 1 day. Like, I can't be creative on demand.
Right.
So it was just like, man, this is like almost impossible. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't quit my job because I have bills to pay.
Right.
And it's just like, sounds a little irresponsible.
I know, but sometimes you have to put your mental health and just your happiness first. Because I think the thing that got me is because I started thinking, oh my God, this is my life.
We have
Until I'm 60 something and retired, and I'm like, there is no way I can.
Like it hit me hard. Like I would come home and I'm like, is this it? Like this is what I'm gonna be doing? Like I was so unhappy.
Yeah, me too. So that's the thing we had to learn, because we had to make a decision. Because if we didn't decide, no one was gonna come to us and be like, oh, you know what? You deserve better. You deserve to do something you enjoy. You deserve to wake up and
be happy, do
happy.
something that you love.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, you're gonna have to make a decision. Yes, this is uncomfortable, but it's either this or you're gonna be unhappy for the rest of your life. So we had to do something about it.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where it became so unbearable that like I was like, I can't.
And not only unbearable, but we would just keep getting these signs. It's like God would just send people to just be like, say stuff, and it would be like, why out of nowhere this person comes and talks about that type of stuff. And I think if you really pay attention to yourself and to what goes on around you, it's really not that hard to figure out what your next moves are, because once you're ready, the universe will send you the right people. It will send you the right signs. You will know for sure, okay, I am expanding. I am at a different phase in my life where I need
our time is up.
Yeah, we need to make different decisions. We need to take risks and do things differently. I think you will know, because it will become so apparent. It will become so clear that you wouldn't even miss it.
Yeah, it gets uncomfortable and you just like, I need to
like, and for the people who are like, I don't know if that's the right thing for me. I mean, everyone has their own, they have their own situations. I think we're fortunate enough to be able to quit our jobs and have backup, have savings and money saved before we're able to do that. And another thing is we live way below our means, so we're able to still pay our bills and budget, and also our business is running. So I think when it comes to that, it's all about
your situation, what fits for you. I would never tell anybody just quit your job
with no plan or anything.
It's kind of crazy to do, but I also don't think that you should sacrifice your mental health. If you're unhappy and you're waking up and you're crying at your desk and your heart is beating whenever you think of going back to work, then
that was us.
Yeah, that's a sign that you need to make some changes. And that's what we had to do.
And I think, and ever since we took the step of doing this, I think we've put a lot of things into perspective of what really matters. Because a lot of times when you feel stuck somewhere, it's really hard to have a clear picture of who you are, what you want to do, what you like to do, and what really matters. And I think ever since we've really quit our jobs, I think we've really focused on our mental health, like the things that make us happy.
And then things just come to you. Things are more clear. I'm not saying you're not gonna be stressed, because you are, because you're used to having like income every week or every 2 weeks, and now you just don't know where your next paycheck is gonna come from. That's really hard. But at the same time, it comes with like, I just feel so free, relief, and so free. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I just feel happy. I haven't been that happy in so long. I feel happy. I feel free. I wake up and I do the things that I want to do. And I think everybody should be able to live
the life that they want.
They want a creative life, or like,
if it's your 9 to 5 that makes you happy, you should also be able to do that too. I think it's not about, I think when we have, like, people have this conversation, they want to make it about, oh, a 9 to 5 is not good, or starting your business is better. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about happiness.
It's about what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And what works for you. So we're not telling people, oh, quit your job and start a business. If you're not into that kind of stuff and you're happy with your life, so by all means, but it becomes a problem when you are not happy and you see other things that you can be doing. I just ask yourself some questions and
really figure out, what lights you up, what makes you excited.
You're gonna have to make some very, very uncomfortable decisions.
But it comes with, that's the cost. That's the cost of, living a life where you feel fulfilled and you feel happy. You have to ask yourself the right questions. What would I want to be doing? If I had no fears, what would I be doing right now? For us, it's a journey, but I think we are taking the right steps.
Yeah, and we're taking it one day at a time.
As uncomfortable.
We do not have everything figured out at all. But I feel like we are happy with where we are. The hardest part, we've made the decision already to quit, and I feel like that was like the hardest part, honestly.
Yeah. And it was obvious, but it was hard because it's just, after doing something for so long and not doing it again, now you have to figure out something else.
Or it's like the new normal for you.
I just hope this video kind of explained everything that, we wanted to touch on.
And I also hope that, like, if anyone's out there watching, that they're in a similar situation where they feel stuck and they feel like they could be doing more. And
don't quit your job, but
please don't.
Have a plan.
Yes, have a plan. But I just want to say that you don't need to stay in a situation where you feel like you're not comfortable and you're not happy.
Yeah.
Come up with a plan and work towards it.
That's what we did. And so far we are very happy with our decision. You're probably going to see more of our free creative lifestyle, more videos of that coming up, and
maybe we can share some videos on
how to stay motivated, just different things, but
or like our work and our business. We can share some videos on that.
yeah.
And overall, we're just trying to go build the life that we want to live.
Yeah.
We believe that everybody should be able to live a life that is great and amazing to them, and we want to live a creative life. We want to wake up and do the things that
we want to
do. And with that, it comes sacrifices. You have to make uncomfortable decisions, and yeah, we're taking it a day at a time.
But that's life, and we're excited to see where this journey takes us.
Yeah, we are.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the creative life.
Cheers to new beginnings.
See you in our next video.